Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, welcome to the channel. My name is Michelle Expert and I hope that you're going to enjoy all the content that is on this channel and that is coming. So this is like a buzzword. I've been seeing this on social media a lot, especially on Twitter. It's also made its way on YouTube. And I just wanted us to have a little chat about it, a little bit. Or maybe just kind of open up our minds as far as it's concerned. So the big question that everybody's talking about recently is, what is a high value woman? Like, you know, I loved this video that Tata Fox did on Instagram, and she shared about being a high value woman. And I literally keep asking myself, what is a high value woman? And I think the more I thought about it and the more I kind of saw the conversations actually happening, you guys know, like, I'm always trying to figure out, like, how do we, you know, what does it actually mean and what is the positive light of this whole entire conversation, you know, and laying aside the whole negative connotation that, you know, is coming, and just the subliminal messages that comes with such terms and the definition of such terms rather, right? So for me, whenever I look at value as a whole, right, is being able to impact people, is being able to leave something in people's lives more than you left them. Like, people need to be able to, like, you need to have an impact. You need to shake the tables, shake ground a little bit, you know. And for me, that's what value represents. And whenever I saw this term, like being a high value woman or being a high value let's not even say high value woman, okay, let's just say high value person, right? For me, if you are in business, you want to be somebody that is of high value, mainly because you want to be able to give enough value that people are willing to pay for. Does that make sense, right? You want to be able to provide people with something that is actually worth their money and worth their time, right? That's how you'd be able to transact as a business person. Now, when you look at it in terms of you being a high value woman, right? It's just you being able to impact whatever space that you are in, whatever space that you brought in, you know. And I've actually just started asking myself this question, and honestly just trying to look at the positive side of this whole conversation is, when I look at myself, do I leave change within the people's lives that I encounter, within the videos that I film on YouTube, on Instagram, and the content that I create? Do I create change in a positive way? Because for me, that is how I would say to myself that I am a high value woman, right? Do I create change within myself? You know, do I evolve as time goes? But I think for me, I really tied it more than anything to purpose. I tied it more than anything to asking myself if I do make a difference within people's lives that I get to encounter. And also, you know, do I impact people within my business, within how I make money? Do I make money in a way that impacts people within a positive way? You know, for me, that's very important. And I literally just decided to film this little rant right now, just to kind of encourage you guys, especially if you're watching this video and you've been hearing the conversations, you've been listening to a couple of people talk about this term about being a high value woman, and I've been reading quite a lot of think pieces about it. I think for me, my thing is always trying to take something that, you know, people just that is causing a big conversation, and asking myself, how do I look at this within a positive light? Like, how do I look at this for my life and say, okay, maybe there's a lesson within this, or maybe there's a positive light to this that I can apply in my life that can make quite a huge difference within my life, with my loved ones and the people around me. So my message right now to you, if you've been part of this buzz, is that instead of getting on a hate train, or, you know, just trying to look at things from a different or rather negative perspective, let's look at what we can learn from, number one, what is being put out there. And if you're not gonna learn anything and you're not interested, whatever the case is, shush, leave it alone. But more than anything, let's try to look at the positive as far as anything is concerned, because I feel like with social media we can be so consumed and drowning into like all the negative things and the negative hate train and what somebody's saying about someone, and that we actually forget that, wait a minute, what does this mean to me, right? And that's what we forget. We also forget that no matter how you don't agree with it, when people share knowledge and stuff on a platform, it's based on their opinion and based on their knowledge. So you can't attack someone based on like what they're saying according to them. This is how they would do things. You know what I mean? So it's very important to really kind of have that boundary for yourself as well, that whenever you see these hate trains kind of go forward, realize that you're not going to learn anything from here. But how can we start looking at those things and saying, how can we learn from this particular thing? And that's, I think, for me, what I did when I saw that whole thing running around, it was so hilarious at the same time, because you get to see how one thing can be blown out of proportion, misunderstood, like just a small thing, right? But at the same time, kind of figure out what is the lesson for me here. And I had to start asking myself, like, am I a high value woman? And what does being a high value woman mean to me personally as a person? And it's the things that I kind of shared with you guys and I defined for you guys, that it's those things like being able to impact and give people value. That for me makes me a high value woman, and it's something that I strive to become every single day. I strive to be a woman of impact, be somebody that, oh, I like that, I love that, I'm gonna make that a thing. Okay, being a woman of impact, being a person of impact, mainly because you want to leave people different than you found them. You want to be able to affect change in people's lives, and change that is everlasting. Whenever these videos come out, I want to be able to impact you that is watching this video with a different perspective, with a different light that can change your life, that can change your relationship, change your conversation. You know what I mean? So that becomes very, very important. And I think if we channel our eyes towards that, towards kind of figuring out what this means for us as people, I think we'll start having different conversations. And more than anything, like I say all the time to a lot of people, every single time you see something on social media or you watch a video, you watch this video right now, right? You don't take what I am saying, what the person is saying, and then make it your own. Look at that and ask yourself, what does this mean to me? If I say that this is what being a high value woman mean to me, what does being a high value woman mean to you? Because then once you actually kind of open that out for yourself, can you then have, I think you're much more stronger. You don't get to be disappointed about like people misleading you, because how are you misled when you're a full-grown human being that can think that you are watching this video, you are hearing somebody say, according to me, this is what this means? So look at that for yourself as well, and just be like, what does this mean for me? Actually, this is a rant, and I don't know where this was going, but I just thought it's important that I kind of share that to my community, and that we kind of open up that conversation, and we realize that, all these things that are on social media, they're not shoved down our necks. We are the ones that consume them, and we get to decide what we intake, and we get to decide what we take from people and what we don't. And we also have the opportunity to filter it out and personalize whatever advice or whatever anything that somebody says based on their background, and then also, kind of filter that down, and just don't take whatever it is that you see. So thank you so much for watching this video. It was a mini rant. I hope that you enjoy it. And let me know, what does being a high value person / high value woman mean to you on the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm so excited. I'm bringing you guys a lot of new great content. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Have yourself a beautiful one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.